In life, everyone wants to live with integrity, work hard, and stay true to the values they believe in. But have you ever wondered how a single small thought, a fleeting moment of greed, can change the direction of an entire life? Some doors of opportunity open only once, and sometimes what decides whether you step through isn't physical strength or intelligence. It's the ability to control your thoughts. So listen closely to this story, because every detail is a reminder. Even the most honest person can lose their way if they don't pause in time and take control of their mind. Many years ago, in a quiet little town, there lived a young man named Jake. Jake's life felt like an endless loop. Every morning, he woke up to the chill in the air. His rented room was tiny, with stained walls and an old bed that creaked with every movement. He washed his face with cold water from a basin, ate a dry piece of bread in a hurry, then stepped out onto the road with the hope of finding work. But day after day, that hope slowly wore down. Some days, Jake walked from carpentry shops to diners to the bus station, asking for any kind of job. Other days, he stood for hours by the hiring board, scanning listings, while no one was willing to take him. At night, he had just enough to buy a thin bowl of soup, then returned home in silence, only to start again the next morning. One late afternoon, after another long day of job hunting with nothing to show for it, Jake dragged himself back toward home. His shoulders felt heavy, not only from exhaustion, but from the weight of disappointment pressing on his chest. And then, he heard a frail voice calling from nearby. The old man said, "Is anyone there who can help me carry a few things?" Jake turned around. Standing before him was an old man, slightly hunched, hair white, dressed simply but neatly. Beside him sat 3 large duffel bags, clearly very heavy. Jake said, "Yes, I can help." The old man exhaled like a burden had been lifted. He said, "I need to get to the village across the way. It's quite far. I can only manage 2 bags, but this third one is too heavy. If you help me carry it, I'll pay you 3 gold coins." At the words 3 gold coins, Jake's heart stirred. Not out of greed, but because that money could keep him alive for weeks. Jake said, "All right." He bent down and lifted the bag, and startled at the weight. Jake said, "Wow, this is really heavy." The old man replied calmly, "Because it's full of copper coins." Jake swallowed, but hoisted it onto his shoulder, and the two of them began walking. As they walked, Jake noticed the old man occasionally glancing at him, eyes narrow, as if measuring him. Jake thought, "Is he afraid I'll run off with the money? I'm not a thief." He tried to reassure himself. "I just want to earn money through honest work. Honesty is the only thing I still have." He kept walking, even as his shoulder began to ache. Before long, they reached a wide river. The current was fast, and the rocks beneath the water were slippery. Jake looked at the water, and without hesitation stepped in. Jake was strong, used to hard labor. He tested each step, kept his balance, and waded across. But when Jake reached the other side, he turned around and saw the old man still standing on the far bank. Jake asked, "Why aren't you coming across?" The old man shook his head, voice trembling. He said, "I'm too old. If I try to cross carrying these bags, I might slip and drown. Could you help me carry 1 more bag? I'll pay you another 3 gold coins." Jake felt sympathy and answered right away, "Of course." Jake started to step back and reach for the second bag, but the old man raised a hand to stop him. The old man said, "Wait, you promise you won't run away with it, will you?" Jake froze. He said, "Why would I run? I'm helping you." The old man sighed. He said, "These days, it's hard to trust anyone. This bag is full of silver." Hearing silver, Jake felt a flash of irritation. Jake said, "Do I look like a thief? I don't cheat people for money. Give it to me." Jake lifted the bag of silver. It was heavier, and his shoulder felt like it might tear, but he still waded across carefully. step by step. The temptation of silver still didn't shake Jake. He felt proud of himself, holding to his principles, even when he was doubted. Past the river, the road climbed into a steep hill. Jake began to climb, the two heavy bags pulling his whole body backward. He made it partway up, then realized the old man was still below. Jake called down, "Sir, why are you still standing there?" The old man leaned on his cane, breathing hard. He said, "I can't climb with the last bag. I'm out of strength." Jake took a deep breath, but still turned back. Jake said, "Then give me the last one too. I'll carry everything." The old man hesitated. This time, his gaze was sharper. He said, "But this final bag is gold. If you run, I can't chase you." Jake was truly annoyed now. His voice rose. Jake said, "I carried copper, I carried silver, and I didn't run. I'm an honest man." Then Jake spoke more firmly. "I used to work for a loan company, keeping records. Once they told me to lie about a customer's loan, I quit on the spot. I'd rather be poor than do something wrong." The old man fell silent for a long moment. Then he finally nodded and handed over the bag. He said, "I don't know if you're telling the truth or not, but here, go ahead. When you reach the other side of the hill, wait for me." Jake took the bag of gold. It was the heaviest of all. So heavy Jake had to grit his teeth just to lift it. But he kept walking, leaving the old man behind. Jake climbed. Sweat poured down his face. His shoulders went numb. And then, a thought appeared. Jake thought, "If I run right now, how could he ever catch me?" Another thought followed. 3 bags, copper, silver, gold. If it's real, I'd be rich for the rest of my life. Jake shook his head, as if trying to throw the thought away. No, I'm not that kind of person. But the mind can be like a fire when the wind hits it. A third thought slipped in. Sweeter, more convincing. He's old. What does he even need all that money for? But I'm young. I could change my life. I could buy a house, marry the woman I love, live in comfort. Jake swallowed hard. At first, it was only a question. Then, it became a plan. And the plan became a dangerous belief. I deserve this. End quote. Jake started walking faster, then faster, and then he ran. Jake sprinted down the far side of the hill, heart pounding, partly from the weight, but also from the strange thrill of doing the forbidden. He ran through small roads, past houses, into narrow alleys, until he finally reached his rented room. The door slammed shut. Jake dropped the 3 bags. His hands trembled. He whispered, "Gold, silver, am I really rich?" He opened the first bag. No money, only small stones. Jake stared, stunned. He opened the second bag. More stones. He opened the third bag. Still stones. Jake said, "What is this?" He stumbled backward, as if slapped. Did the old man trick me? But why? Why would he do this? Then Jake noticed something tucked into the seam of a bag. A small piece of paper. He pulled it out and unfolded it. It said, "I am the king of this land. I have no family, no heir, and I am old. For many months, I have traveled everywhere, searching for someone who is truly honest, someone worthy to become my child and inherit my kingdom. If you had not run away, you would have been that person." Jake went completely still. The letter slipped from his fingers. Jake sank to the floor. His tiny room suddenly felt suffocating. All his life, Jake had lived upright. He once chose poverty over lying. He endured suspicion without betraying anyone. And yet, in a single moment, in a single greedy thought, he destroyed the greatest opportunity of his life with his own hands. Jake stared at the 3 bags of stones, as if staring at his mistake laid bare before him. He thought, choking up, "If only I had controlled my mind for one more minute. Just 1 minute." But life doesn't have a rewind button. This story reminds us, thoughts carry tremendous power. Jake wasn't a bad person. He was an honest man. But the danger is this: a harmful thought can arrive quietly, so reasonable, so convincing, it almost feels right. It begins with, "He can't catch me anyway. He can't catch me anyway. He can't catch me anyway. He can't catch me anyway." Then it grows into, "I'll be rich." Then it becomes, "I deserve it." And finally, it becomes action. Our worst enemy is sometimes not out there in the world, but inside the thoughts we fail to guard. Because everything begins in the mind. A thought becomes a word becomes an action. An action repeated becomes a habit, and a habit shapes a destiny. If you want to avoid painful endings, start with the smallest place. Watch your thoughts, pause at the right moment, and choose what's right before it's too late. Plant seeds of peace, positivity, and honesty in your mind, so one day they can bloom into a future you're proud of. See you next time. Until then, be patient, be grateful, and keep moving forward.